Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Loaton, and today I wanted to make a video analyzing Michael Jackson's iconic Motown 25 Billie Jean performance. So, a little background. Michael Jackson is one of, if not the most famous artists on earth, with having a plethora of performances, songs, and videos that broke a variety of barriers. But what moment was the moment that defined Michael Jackson? Your answers may vary from the Off the Wall album to the Thriller music video, but a lot of people seem to agree that Michael Jackson's most iconic moment was his Billie Jean dance performance for the Motown 25 TV special. At this point in time, Michael Jackson wasn't primarily a solo artist. He was trying to be, and he eventually did, but for the most part he was primarily known for being that cute kid from the Jackson 5. Michael really wanted to change that image. He wanted to change people's perspective, showing people that he could be musically talented without the help of his brothers. Not that he was throwing any shade to his brothers, it's just that for years of doing this in a group while seeing other solo artists grow up and glow up, he wanted to make a name for himself that wasn't based off the cute kid persona he was putting on before. So when the Thriller album came out, it absolutely changed Michael's life, as it finally defined him as a solo artist. However, when asked to perform alongside his brothers for the Motown 25 special, Michael initially refused, but after some negotiation with Michael asking if he could have a solo spot for Billie Jean, he eventually accepted. The performance starts out with a Jackson 5 medley. You can see here that Michael is doing his typical Jackson 5 dances, though his footwork here is a bit more finessed. I haven't seen a lot of Michael performances pre-Thriller, but from what I have seen, Michael had a very particular way of doing his moves, but now he's adding new moves to the mix. You can see this when you see him doing his iconic kick. He's doing what he normally does, but he's also doing his own thing. One subtle thing I noticed was Michael's hand movements intertwined with his leg movements. I like how at this moment he swings his hand back, then points it at the audience, then turns to his right while swinging his hand back into a fist while he kicks his leg behind the other, with the other leg turning ever so slightly, creating an illusion that he's effortlessly gliding. It's such a small little dance move, but it looks so good. It makes Michael's hands look like they're a pair of nunchucks, in addition to his floaty-like dance style. While this Jackson 5 medley is very good and is memorable, it's not the performance that people remember this show for. No, it's what happens after it. Michael's brothers walk off stage, then Michael says this set of iconic words.
Yeah, I have to say, those were the good old days. I love those songs. Those were magic moments with all my brothers, including Jermaine. But, those were good songs. I like those songs a lot, but especially I like the new songs.
Then he picks up that fedora, slaps it on his head while striking a pose, and you hear the drums to Billie Jean. This moment, right here, was the beginning of Michael Mania. It's kind of funny in retrospect because I don't think the audience was aware of the sheer amount of spectacle they were about to witness from one individual. Michael grabs his belt and starts thrusting his hips back and forth in tune with the bass. Now remember, he's grabbing his belt here, not his crotch. Michael didn't really start grabbing his crotch until the Bad era, so before then Michael didn't really ascertain sex appeal during this point in time, at least not until the Bad music video. So in this performance and the performance you see in the Victory Tour, you see Michael grab his belt for this move. Then he starts dancing. He starts with a kick, then points to where he kicked, then turns around and does the same thing, then he crosses his feet while doing the jazz hands, then he counter-crosses his feet, which segues into him throwing his hat, and on top of that, he does some footwork and finesses his hair. He then grabs the mic and starts singing. This is literally just the first 30 seconds of the song, and Michael already has the audience captivated with his bombastic dance moves. Now, one downside is that when he does start singing, it's clearly lip-synced, which does kind of suck for those who wanted to hear Michael's live vocals, but while that does suck, that's not the point of this performance. The point of this performance is Michael showing off that he can capture and hold an audience all by himself without the help of any backup dancers. This was Michael Jackson, and he made sure that you remember that name. When Michael starts singing, he taps his foot to the ground in rhythm. While he does this, he occasionally does this small kick shuffle type move with his feet. The lightning speed at which he kicks continues to give off the illusion that he's gliding on the ground. It's almost as if he has no weight to him, like he's on the moon. As the second set of lyrics are said, she told me her name was Billie Jean as she caused the scene. But when Michael aggressively sings the lyrics, "cause the scene," he does a bombastic kick into the air, but as he recovers from the kick, he does the small thing with his legs where he turns his feet inward, continuing to add to its glidey-like movement. Michael continues singing until he reaches his first vocal grunt, after singing "Be Careful What You Do." During that grunt, Michael swings his hand into a circular motion while his feet and head swift to the opposite side, adding a sense of pop to the movement. As if the foot shuffle wasn't doing that already, Michael adds more to the flair. Now, at this point, aside from the foot tapping, Michael stops dancing for a bit, and the focus is on his facial expressions and hand gestures. This is only for a few seconds, then he starts hopping like a bunny as he segues back into fully dancing, and at the end he slaps his knee in tune with the drum. Then he gets into the chorus. Now, I'm going to end the analysis here because there's only so many different ways I can say, Michael does this move and it matches so well with the rhythm and the emotion and blah 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 blah, like, yeah, you get it. However, as a diehard Michael Jackson fan, I can say that I think this performance wasn't that great.
You what?
Now, don't get me wrong, it's a great performance. It's iconic. But I remember hearing somewhere that one of Michael's brothers said that this entire performance was freestyled by Michael with the exception of the planned moonwalk. And yeah, if you've watched a whole bunch of Michael's performances, you can definitely tell, and that's especially apparent with the moonwalk. The moonwalk lasts less than 2 seconds long, and it doesn't really look that impressive compared to how Michael does it in his later Billie Jean performances. But for his first major performance as a solo artist, it was an amazing performance that truly started a new era in pop culture. And that's all I have to say for this video. To all the Michael Jackson stans I made angry, I await your brutal hate mail in the comment section below. If you want to see some more Michael Jackson related content from me, I do have a Michael Jackson tribute channel that you can check out in the description below. So with all that said, I'm Belowiton17. Thanks for watching.